Chew on this NFL talk. We review the 2011 season and preview the 2012 season of each division. The Chew on this cast of Bob Alvis, Scott Wilson, and Will Castle. In this episode, we look at the AFC North. Moving on to the AFC North. Cincinnati Bengals. I'll let you kick us off.
Dalton needs a little more time. I mean, he showed he had started good, cracked a little bit. I think they need to give him some more targets. They overachieved the season. They were not. I think they were expected to win maybe 5 games.
Right.
They way overachieved the season.
When you say a few more targets, are you speaking more of a veteran target?
No, even if he's younger, but some viable. It's like you had AJ Green, then you get hurt. It's like then you're throwing to Shipley all the time.
Jerome Simpson.
Cincinnati's had this major hard on for always drafting 8,000 tight ends. Mm-hmm. That I'm doing their draft and drafting so many damn tight ends. And it's like you can only start with one a game. Just you only need a couple. And I think they need a better running game. Benson is just did good, but I don't.
Do you need a guy better than AJ Green, or are you banking on AJ Green being your one?
I think AJ Green can be your one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you need you need an Alvin Harper.
Okay.
Taking it old school with that.
Don't disagree.
I don't really see a glaring weakness in Cincinnati. It's the one thing that's they need this type of player.
Glaring, no. But I think
it's going to be tough for them, though. I mean, they're always going to have to kind of, unless they get somehow to switch divisions, they're going to have to hope that 2 North wildcard teams make it. Because I don't think that they can overtake Baltimore or Pittsburgh.
Each season, both times,
Right.
Doesn't it feel like Marvin Lewis should have been gone a long time ago?
Yeah, and I think
it's not going anywhere soon.
Yeah.
And now you got to remember too, Cincinnati gets, I believe, a number 1 from Oakland.
Oh, in the Palmer.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they had to make the playoffs, right?
I think they have a 1 next year, and they would have gotten a 1 the following year if Oakland had made the playoffs.
They get a 1 somewhere though. They get at least 1.
Yeah, because
Oakland's drafted 17. Anyway.
Okay, well then maybe it's next year
fine.
1. But I mean, honestly, you really don't want 2 picks in the top 10 because again, you've got to pay those people top 10.
I remember one year the Redskins had number 2 and number 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Did they use them both?
Yes.
Okay. I mean,
LeVar Arrington and Chris Samuels.
And if you can afford it, but I mean, back then when LeVar Arrington and Chris Samuels were coming out, the financial landscape is a little bit different now.
Yes.
Too.
Well, what about the rookie wage scale? Does that help you at all in the CBA?
I don't know, but I mean,
I can't really. It's not going to hurt you because
I just can't think you're going to hoard number 1 picks though, and you can stockpile 4 or 5 of them. I mean, that's just.
But you have a better opportunity to do that now since there is a rookie limit.
Right.
It's easy to do that now.
Pittsburgh Steelers. Well, anybody start. I don't care where anarchy is going to take over now at this point. I think you might need a running back. I truly think Mendenhall. I'm not saying the torn ACL scares me, but
They should. An ACL
people come back to that.
Yes, but they're not the same player. And when they, it takes a while. And your career's cut a little bit shorter when you tear your ACL.
I think too they probably need 1 more target, whether it's a wideout or a tight end. I think Miller's on the way.
Do it for you anymore?
Well, I mean,
was he their starter this year? Did they have a?
He was.
I think he was one of those 4-yard guys.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to point at you.
I mean, Hines Ward is getting older too.
He's got his beer ball trophy.
They still have Wallace.
Who's the number 2?
Mike Wallace.
Antonio Brown, maybe now, or is he going?
Mike Wallace is number 1 in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, well then is Hines Ward your number 2?
Hines Ward might be my number 3.
Yeah. I
think Antonio Brown.
They threw to Antonio a lot near the end of the year.
But Pittsburgh's Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Mike Tomlin's one of the better coaches.
As long as Roethlisberger doesn't try to rape any more people,
I think Mike Tomlin's one of the better coaches in the league.
Yeah. Still.
I know.
Palomalu is one of the best defensive people in the league. If you want to upgrade
Harrison, if he can get his head on straight.
Yeah. If you want to upgrade the kicker, maybe that'll help.
Yeah.
Baltimore.
He's going to say get a quarterback.
That defense is old, man.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Defense, you know.
I think you got to think about that.
Yeah.
You probably need a safety waiting in the wings.
I would take the safety more than I would take somebody in the front seven because you got your boy.
Nada.
And you got Suggs.
Yeah. T-says
I don't know who else is there to help Reed, though.
No.
I mean, granted, Ed Reeds don't grow on trees. But, and, you know, I mean, the Ravens have always, well, I mean, you're going to get Lee Evans back just because he's going to get healthy. But the Ravens, I mean, you know, you talk about the Patriots never have a running back. The Ravens never have anything at receiver.
No.
This guy, Torrey Smith's been pretty impressive.
Yeah, but I mean,
they got Bolden.
You know, they tried to get T.O. in a trade that year. I mean, they never have an elite guy. I mean, they just.
And the one thing I'll say with Flacco is like he's been in that system long enough where he knows his role, and they got Rice running the ball. Right. So
free agent though.
Who, Rice?
Ray. Yep.
I think.
Can you be a restricted free agent in football?
Yep.
Okay.
He's not.
He's unrestricted.
Mm-hmm.
Make it rain.
Right. They pay him.
Yeah,
they pay him.
Yeah.
You know, not wacko for Flacco.
I got nothing against him.
Right.
I'm just
a good game manager. I think he's a game manager.
But
don't think he should have been drafted as high as he was.
If their defense was solid right now, I'd say, yeah, I think look to a quarterback that's going to actually lead the team and not be led by the defense.
Before I get to Cleveland, who's got the best? Whose defense in the NFL do you think is the best right now? That you would be confident of putting a Flacco or Sanchez or anyone else?
I think it's probably Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that there's anybody like the Ravens were when they won the Super Bowl with Dilfer quarterback.
Yeah.
Or like when the Bears were younger with Urlacher, Briggs, and all those guys. I don't know that defense exists right now because if you listen to a previous podcast of our MVP talk, this was such an offensive year for the quarterbacks. I don't know where that defense is.
To me, the Steelers, all three levels of the defense are equally good.
Right. I still think the Ravens can win a lot of games, 13-10, 14-10,
Yeah.
I think to be honest with you nowadays in the NFL, I think if any team gives up less than 10, good on you.
Yeah.
Because that's a rarity. Cleveland Browns. I think they're bad.
Yeah.
Very bad. I don't think Colt McCoy's the answer.
He's not the answer.
You're going to lose Peyton Hillis probably because you're not going to pay him. I don't think that's an extreme loss.
No.
I don't think the defense has a ton of stuff. I think this team is
the best offensive player is probably Cribbs.
Right, and he's more known as a returner.
Yeah.
Wait, since you can't return the ball anymore,
right?
Yeah, he just punt and return.
Yeah.
I think Cleveland is in. I don't care what they do in the draft.
They had a very weak schedule this year, and they had a very poor record.
They got the number 4 pick.
If they had a normal schedule this year, they might have the number 1 pick.
I don't know what you do it for. I mean, you could. I don't know that
just best available, maybe.
Well, I don't know that you can. Let's just pretend for a minute, and we'll get to this in a minute too. Andrew Luck's the number 1 pick. Rams are picking 2. Who's picking 3?
Vikings.
Okay. Let's assume that the Rams and Vikings do not take a quarterback.
Correct.
Does Cleveland take RG3? He doesn't seem like a Holmgren type of quarterback.
No.
To me. I mean, I would think that
you mean
would.
Black?
Hmm?
You mean Black?
No, I mean running.
Same difference.
More so. I mean, I would think that. I think Holmgren might have been in San Francisco when Young was there back in the day.
I think so.
But I still see Holmgren as a guy that I would see like wanting a Matt Flynn type. Not
pocket
really.
passer.
Yeah, not really. And I still think there's room in the NFL for pocket passers. I don't say everybody's got to, fake twice, put the ball down and run. But, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I don't know if there's a running back that sticks out that you take it for. I don't know if there's a receiver.
I don't think this is a very good class for running backs.
I don't think you take Blackman at 4. I could argue the Rams take Blackman at 2 from Oklahoma State.
Maybe if you're the Browns, you trade your pick down.
Yeah.
Try to get
some more picks.
You know, just because you have a lot of holes.
Right.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
What's the NFL draft strength this year? Do you know? Coaching's my thing. The NFL draft's more your thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's quarterback. It's definitely not running back.
Right.
I'll tell you that.
What about defense? I mean,
I don't really know.
It could be quarterback again next year too, because next year you could have Barkley. Landry Jones,
Logan,
maybe. Even though I think I've got him winning the Heisman in 2013, but you know,
has David made an announcement yet?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, and it's almost
or by the time you hear this, it might.
Yeah.
He might have made it.
Where is he leaning to going?
Pro, yeah. But I don't think he's the first round pick.
No, but I mean,
late first, early second.
But he's projected as I saw a projection of him as the third best running back, and he's not a first round pick, so that gives you
the
some
first
idea.
two? Because what's his name from?
There's a guy from Washington.
Okay,
I don't remember his name. Yeah, Moneyball's coming back.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Lamar Miller from Miami, I know, was number 2. Okay. I forget who the number 1 was.
I don't think Wilson's draft status improves anymore if he stays another season. All he does is potentially pull a Poindexter.
I don't know. I'd have to. I don't know who's coming out next year at running back.